So here we are, the end of 2023. 2023 is over, 2024 is here, and I'm going to give you my top 10 movies from 2023. I'm going to be very specific with my list. It's only movies that released in 2023. If it officially came out in 2023, that's what I'm classing. It's hard to explain, but there's a couple of movies not on it just because they came out in 2022, even though, they were still in cinemas in 2023, but, you get the gist. There's also a couple movies I haven't seen yet, and I tried my hardest to see them. Some of them just aren't released until next year in England, but they've released already in America, which is really annoying. And some of them just I didn't get a chance to see. But the ones I haven't seen is All of Us Strangers, which I think I'm really going to like. Fallen Leaves as well. There's one called Monster, a Korean one, which is really good. Zone of Interest, very good. Well, it's got good ratings when I say very good. I haven't seen them, obviously, so I don't know. But also, there's one coming out very soon, I think, like tomorrow for me when I'm filming this, called Society of Snow. That one as well, technically, came out last year for some people. So yeah, those movies I haven't seen, but all of those five, I feel like I could end up liking, and they could eventually be on this best of 2023 list. So I just thought I'd, just chuck them out there, For the people who have seen them, that's why I'm not saying them, is because I haven't watched them. Before I get into my top 10, I quickly want to rattle through some of my favourite movies that didn't make it to top 10, but are really good. A couple, like, hidden gems as well, I thought. A couple, like, lesser-known ones. John Wick 4. Loved it. It is like a number 11, I would say. John Wick 4 is very good. Poor Things, very good. Holdover. The Holdovers, I can't believe isn't in my top 10 because I love that movie. One of my favorite Christmas movies. It comes out in January in England. I don't get why. I don't get why it wasn't released in Christmas, but that was very good. There's one called The Passenger, I think it's called The Passengers. It's a very much lesser known, but it's definitely worth it. Scrapper, very good. Polite Society. There's one called Flora and Son. That was lovely, very, very funny. 1001. I watched that a while ago now, back in April or something, but I remember really liking that one. There's a new Three Musketeers movie that came out, and it was like a French one. That was very good. And a big one, which I think, I didn't rate it too highly in terms of like, it was no 5 out of 5. But Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret was very, very good. Very nice, just a very charmful one, like a family-friendly one. I really recommend that one out of all of them, really. But yeah, on to my top 10. Now, I must say, these top 10 are in order, but I could genuinely do it anyway. So, number 10 is Past Lives. Very good movie. My kind of movie. Romance. It's kind of a romance, but drama and very serious. It's hard to explain it. I'm going to put a clip of each movie on after I talk about it. But I genuinely, this could be number 1 for me. And I've only seen this one once as well. So with a second watch, it could be up there.
There's a word in Korean, 인연. It means providence or fate.
Do you believe in that?
That's just something Koreans say to seduce someone. 혜성! 와, 너다.
Number 9, Godzilla Minus One. Now, I've seen all the Godzillas this year, or last year, I guess now. I've seen all, a lot of, 5 of the originals, all the most recent modern ones. They're okay. Godzilla Minus One is exactly what I wanted from a Godzilla movie. It's got stakes. The Godzilla is scary and huge, and it doesn't just destroy things for the sake of it. Like even just destroying one building, you really feel the impact of that. Very, very good movie. I couldn't recommend it enough. Like, I've only seen it once. I would be very tempted to see this in cinemas, and I really love this movie, and my boss went to see it as well, and he actually liked it. So yeah, Godzilla Minus One, definite good movie. Number 8, we have May December, which is a very interesting one. It's a very dark story, but it's weird because even though the story is quite heavy, when you're watching it, you don't feel kind of tense. It's kind of charming actually a little bit at times. There's some humor. The characters are very nice, but the story itself is very serious, and towards the end it kind of takes a notch up. But it's very well done, very well acted, and I recommend it greatly.
How do you choose your roles?
I want to find a character that's difficult to, on the surface, understand. Were they born or were they made?
Do you remember when you first met?
He came to the pet store looking for a job.
It was summer after 6th grade?
Seventh.
Why do you want to play me?
When they sent me the script, I thought, here is a woman with a lot more to her than I remember from the tabloids.
What would make a 36-year-old woman have an affair with a 7th grader?
Now, my number 7 is a very interesting one because really this number 7 is the best movie of 2023, right? This list is my favorite movies, and the top 10 is very interchangeable. I've only seen this movie once, but it's Oppenheimer. Now, Oppenheimer, like I said, definitely the best movie. If I'm saying my favorites, it's probably a little bit less now, just because of how much people like it. Whereas the other ones above it is kind of more of a nice surprise, so to speak. But if I was saying my best movie, or like the best just in general, Oppenheimer is probably number 1. It's a great movie. I loved it. I give it a 4.5 out of 5. With a second watch, it probably could jump up the hit list quite far, maybe even to number 1. But right now it's in my 7, just because the ones ahead of it I just prefer a little bit more, or they surprise me more. Let's say, Oppenheimer, I went in kind of expecting it would be a minimum 4, whereas the ones above it, I had no idea what they were.
This is a national emergency.
Detonator charged.
We're in a race against the Nazis. And I know what it means if the Nazis have a bomb.
We have a 12-month head start.
18.
How could you possibly know that?
We've got one hope. All America's industrial might and scientific innovation connected here. A secret laboratory. Keep everyone there until it's done.
Let's go recruit some scientists.
Number 6 is one called Fair Play. Now, this one doesn't have a huge amount of awareness for it, I don't think, but I heard about it at the start of the year, kind of waited for it to come out. It came out on Netflix, thankfully, and I watched it, and I loved it. Like, there's not much to say about it. It's about this couple who, one of them is going to get a promotion, and the other one gets the promotion, and then it's kind of how that affects their relationship. Spoiler alert, it affects it very badly. And it's just really nice. Like, the actor and actress, just as people, I really like, and they do great in this movie. They're wonderful, and there's a lot of like dialogue interactions. I think the reason I like this movie so much is because it same with Past Lives as well, actually, and May December, is it kind of leans into the stuff I like a little bit. I prefer the kind of dialogue interactions, kind of character focus, as opposed to like all this action stuff. So this is really a movie I knew I would like. But yeah, I really do recommend checking it out. It's on Netflix, and it's quite short, if I remember. So yeah, that's a good movie.
We're getting married. I wish we could tell the whole world.
We're gonna have to tell him sooner than later.
Morning.
Morning.
I think it's the right time to admit we're breaking policy.
I hear you're taking over for Quinn.
What?
I overheard it on a call.
We're gonna go grab a drink. Do you wanna join?
You made half the big calls last quarter alone.
So, what do you want?
He's promoting me.
Congratulations.
I'm sorry.
Why? I'm so happy for you. Okay. Wonder how she got the fast pass. Reporting to her? Jesus, man.
Look into this. Let me know what you think.
I'm still working on the 3 from before.
Okay, we'll make this one the priority. Can I buy you another?
Now that you're making more money than me.
Number 5, very controversial movie. Some people hate this movie. I love this movie. I saw it in cinemas. It's called Saltburn. Now, if you've not heard of Saltburn, you're in for a treat. It's on Prime right now. It's about 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and a little bit. Acted very well, very stylish. Like, every single shot looks gorgeous. It's also a very nice aspect ratio, but it's very crazy. There's some very disgusting bits. And some people have seen the disgusting bits or heard about them and kind of wrote them off. I am the opposite. I thought they were disgusting, but I think in a good way, you know, they don't do it for the sake of doing it. It's kind of, it develops the story, develops the character, and it kind of, the movie as a whole makes you feel an emotion that I don't think many movies can make you feel, you know. It takes a risk, and I think that risk I'm rewarding, you know. I appreciate that. It's not for everyone, but I really do like it, and I think it's one of the better movies of the year.
I don't think I'll ever go home again.
Well, why don't you come home with me? Come to Saltburn.
Mr. Quick.
Wow.
And here he is now.
I think I like you even more than last year's one.
You're so,
So what?
real.
Can't have been easy for Venetia. With you being a mother.
Why?
You know, it's not for you.
Lots of people get lost in Saltburn.
Oh, that's just giving me goosebumps. Look, Pamela. Oh, no. I think you're a moth. Quiet, harmless, drawn to shiny things.
What have you done? I just thought that maybe I could help.
You're not leaving us. You're not leaving Saltburn.
I don't think I'll ever go home again.
Number 4, a movie I've only just seen recently, and it's called Iron Claw. Now, I've only seen this once. I really think, hand on my heart, if I watch this again, I could end up putting this number 1. This could be my, you know, when all things are said and done, a year from now, Iron Claw could be number 1 on my list, because it's just, it was very, very good. I'm not, like, I used to be a big wrestling fan. I would say it's not really specifically for wrestling fans. I think anyone could watch it. Same as Queen's Gambit or Rush for Formula 1. Like, you can watch it without being a fan of that sport and still be like, damn, this is good. It's a true story. It's about this family who, you know, all got into wrestling. These 4 brothers. And it's just sad. It's really sad. I don't want to spoil much. You know, you can maybe guess. There might be a few very sad moments along the way. Especially because there's a true story as well. You kind of know, you know, it hits you a little bit more. But yeah, the way it's shot, the way it looks, the acting of it, very, very good movie. I couldn't recommend it more. That could be my favorite of the year.
Morning.
Pants tomorrow, please, David.
Carrie, I want you to join your brothers in the ring.
Yes, sir. I love that.
Now, we all know Carrie's my favorite, then Kev, then David, then Mike. But the rankings can always change.
What do you want in life, Kevin Von Erich?
More ribs?
I want to be with my family. You know, be with my brothers.
What do you like to do with your brothers?
Together, we can do anything.
We're here to restore justice to the Wrestling Federation that our father built with his own 2 hands. The hands that were passed down to us. The hands that will deliver the Iron Claw to you.
Number 3 is one that I'm going to just admit right now is a personal favorite of mine. You know, I'm very biased towards this. If I was rating this on, like, the best, just in terms of quality, you know, an impartial view, this probably wouldn't be on my top 10. But Air, I really enjoyed. I'm a big fan of Good Will Hunting. which is nothing like this movie, but it's the same actors, it's the same, they both wrote it again, and I just went into this movie just very excited. I've seen some people kind of say about this movie, oh, it's just an advert for Air Jordans, and I'm just like, yeah, that, like, I don't get how that's a criticism of the movie, because that's literally what it is. It's about making the shoe. I don't get how showing the shoe so much or talking about it is like a negative. It's a very standard movie. I'm not gonna lie and say it's this grand thing, but I just really enjoyed it. And the reason it's so high for me is because, I'll be honest, I gave it a 5 out of 5. And that's not a 5 out of 5 to say it's as good as Alien or as good as Terminator or it's this great thing. My reason for a 5 was, is there anything I would change about this movie, or is there anything I didn't like? And my answer was no. I had no flaws, nothing. It was just a very nice watch, and I do recommend watching it. It's on Prime, I think.
1984 has been a tough year. Our sales are down, our growth is down.
Sonny, I brought you in here to grow the basketball business.
People don't know what the hell a Nike is.
What's a Converse?
NBA All-Star shoe.
There's nothing cool about Nike.
You would have to have a pretty compelling pitch.
I can tell them the one thing the other companies can't compete with. Our basketball division is terrible.
I do not love it. This is where you come up with a brilliant idea that no one else can see. Let's hear it.
I got it. I found him.
Who's that? Jesus? Can't afford it.
I'm willing to bet my career on one guy. My name's Sonny Vaccaro. I'm with Nike.
Do you typically make it a habit of showing up at people's front doors unannounced?
I don't like to take no for an answer.
Oh, man. Here we go.
You ask me what I do here. This is what I do. I find you players, and I feel it this time. Yeah, okay, it's risky. When you were selling sneakers out of the back of your Plymouth, that was risky. Don't change that now.
For a rookie?
Yes.
Who's never set foot on an NBA court.
That's the literal definition of rookie, yeah.
So number 2, it's got a very dodgy name. Whenever I've told anyone about this, I was like, what the hell's that? It's called How to Have Sex. Now, it is not graphic. It doesn't show any nudity at any point. It is not like an erotic movie at all. It couldn't be further. It's a very authentic movie about, a group of girls go on holiday. Some bad things happen. I will say, obviously, the subject of this is very touchy, and some people might not be able to watch it for certain reasons, and that's more than fair. But as a little bit of like a, silver lining-ish, is it doesn't show too much. It's not graphic. It doesn't show any events in a really bad way that might, make people feel really bad. Hopefully not. But yeah, just a pre-warning, it is quite tough. But what I will say is it does it very well in a way that you would want a movie like this too. It kind of raises awareness without being too on the nose. Very kind of like grey area-esque, which I kind of appreciated. Yeah, I don't want to say too much because there's not too much to say without spoiling it, but it's just very well acted. Dialogue. It's just very authentic. I don't want to compare it to After Sun, which by the way is one of the best movies I've ever seen. But I don't want to compare it to After Sun because it's very different. But I think in the fact that they're both very real and just very genuine, it is a similarity, I would say.
I'm going in!
Alright, do us a favour and wake Tara up.
Ain't she yours?
My mum's life, I'm not joking.
I just look proper, yeah? Where have you been? Best holiday ever.
But leading on to my number 1 is a movie that was just great. It's just great. Like I said, Past Lives could be number 1 easily. Oppenheimer probably should be number 1, etc., etc. Right? Iron Claw might be as well. But my number 1 is Anatomy of a Fall, which I saw in the cinemas and I just loved it. It was about 2.5 hours, I think 2.5 hours. But it was just so well done. Like, it's about a blind son, who goes walking his dog. And he comes back and he's found his dad is dead, right? His dad's on the floor dead. Fallen from the roof or like the attic or something. And the whole movie is then about whether the mum killed the dad or if the dad fell. And you see court cases, you see the investigation. It's just brilliant. I really did love it, and like it's a very, very worthy top spot for me. I'm trying to think of what I can say without ruining it, but what it does really well is it kind of puts you in the eyes of both of them. Like you don't really, I'm not going to say what happens, but whether she's guilty or not, it doesn't matter really. It's about putting yourself in that situation, and you kind of force as the audience to decide what you think based on the evidence. Yeah, very good movie. And out of all of the movies, that one is probably, along with Oppenheimer, like the best in quality. I mean, a couple of others are, they're all good, but they're more favoritism rather. But that one is very, very good.
Tu m'as dit que t'avais entendu tes parents, maman, t'es sortie de la maison, c'est ça?
En fait, j'entendais pas vraiment les mots, j'avais que des bouts de voix, mais ça faisait...
oui, mais non, si t'avais pas les mots, du coup, tu peux pas savoir si c'était une dispute ou pas.
Enfin, je sais ce que j'ai entendu.
So, as you know, the autopsy report is inconclusive about the cause of death.
Stop. I did not kill him.
That's not the point.
Il parle de tromperie.
I was honest about it.
Mais vous l'avez pas été l'année de sa mort avec cette fille avec qui vous l'avez trompé, pourquoi? Il y a quand même quelque chose d'un peu étrange dans cette situation. Vous admettez qu'il était jaloux?
Non, I don't know. No.
Allez, écoutez-vous, on a l'impression que vous l'avez trompé continuellement.
Quand il commence à se reprocher des trucs, moi je préfère m'en aller.
Tu peux pas me dire qui était le plus énervé des deux?
Non.
Est-ce que vous pouvez nous dire à quoi il fait référence quand il parle du pillage de son œuvre?
That's not true.
Vous aviez déjà frappé votre mari?
Non.
Non, jamais. C'est bien ce qui s'est passé.
You're violent!
T'as pas pu les entendre s'ils parlaient calmement.
J'ai confondu.
T'as confondu.
But yeah, that has been my movies. Very good movies, a lot of great ones. This is not the end of my movie videos. There's going to be a couple more. Just for my preference, Just so I can look back and see what I thought about each one, I guess. But if there's anyone out there who does watch it, you check out a couple. If there's any of interest, do watch them. I'll probably do a little video summing up my 2023 because I watched a lot of movies. And yeah, until then, I've been James. I'll see you next time. Bye.